This is my geometry course. Today we're going to take test number 6. In the previous class I gave you a practice test for homework. If you have not done that practice test, do not take this test. If you take this test and fail it, that means all the work that I put into writing the test is for nothing. So do not take test number 6 unless you've at least finished that practice test for homework. Make sure that it's done completely correctly, neatly, and in order in your binder. And remember, finishing that practice test is not going to guarantee that you're going to get an A on the test. Hopefully, it'll ensure that you at least pass the test. But if you want to get an A, you need to go back to the description section, the sections of all the videos, and go to the time code where it says screenshots of the classwork and make sure that you know everything that we've learned in the last couple weeks. As usual, I don't really care how long it takes you to finish this test. There's no time limit. As long as you can finish in one sitting. It may take you 45 minutes. It may take you 5 hours. I don't really care. All that I care is that you can demonstrate that you know this material. But you need to do this without any help from anything. No internet, no textbook, no help from anybody else. Your desk should be cleared off. Nothing but your pencil and eraser. Or you will need a calculator for this test. So let's go ahead and take screenshots. Here's the test. Screenshot number 1. And screenshot number 2. You get a picture with your phone or however you want to do this. And screenshot number 3 and number 4. And number 5 and number 6. So go ahead and take the test. Pause the video, and when you're done with the test, you can come back to this point in the video. You can write down the time code if you want to. So take the test, and when you come back, we'll talk about how to score the test and how to grade the test. So pause the video, and I'll see you when you come back. Alright, we're back. So you should be done with the test. Do not look at the answers unless you've completed the test. Remember, the whole point of the test is to prove that you know something, but if you're just looking at the answers, that doesn't prove anything. So if you finish the test, here's the answers. Get a picture of the first pages here. And here's a screenshot number 2 or picture number 2. So I want you to go ahead and score your test, but I'm going to give you some guidelines here, and you don't really need to see this because this is really the same thing that you've seen in previous classes, but you can just read that over. I don't think I really need to go over it with you because you've seen this before. So go ahead and score your test. Do your best. Use this as a guide, and write down the time code in the video. Pause the video, and when you're done scoring your test, we'll talk about how to grade the test. Alright, we're back. So as usual, if you got between a 90 and 100, that means you did very, 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 very well. If you scored between an 80 and 89, that means you did well, but there's a few things you need to work on. And if you scored between 70 and 79, that means you did well, but there's quite a few things you need to work on. And if you scored anything lower than that, then that means that you need to do the practice test. Maybe you didn't do the practice test for homework, or maybe you didn't do the practice test that we did together in the previous class. Maybe you just didn't study enough, 99% of the time, it's just that you didn't do the homework, or you didn't finish the class homework in the last 2 weeks, so on and so forth. So if you scored in the green, good job. And this is a very important point in this this course, because you've learned everything that we need to learn in the entire course. Now, we're not done with the course, because you're going to take a final cumulative exam, and that exam is going to be so big that it's going to be a 2-part exam. And so the good news is that you're now done with your geometry curriculum in terms of covering all the material. So now you know what it's like to finish an entire geometry course, what the material is like. That's it. Now, curricula vary wildly depending on the teacher and the school, but the material that we covered is the core material. And if you did all the homework and watched all the videos and passed the tests, you may have failed a couple of tests, but if you did much better on the other tests, that means that you may still pass the course. And you know what the material is like for a geometry course. You've covered everything that most students cover, and much more. This geometry course is very, very thorough. So in the next class, you're going to take, like I said, a 2-part final, and that's going to put a little bow tie on this course, and you're going to be done. But we need to go back and review all this material, make sure that you've got a good grasp of the whole course, and that's why we're going to start preparing for a two-part final. So you are almost done with what is traditionally 10th grade mathematics. It doesn't matter if you're 5 years old or 50 years old. You are now almost finished with 10th grade mathematics. So I'll look forward to seeing you in the next class.